everybody, my sweet loves. Welcome to Becoming Jackie. This is Jackie Delane, and this is my episode 8. Glad you're here. If this is your first episode checking everything out, I strongly suggest going back to episode 1 and then episode 2, then 3, then 4, and you get it. Start with number 1 and just start seeing how I evolve. I'm excited about seeing how I evolve too. And then you can also see how I despise the word excited. Don't know why. It's a thing. I am not sure. But let's do this. I kind of wrote a long poem for this episode. Don't know why. I just started going on a tangent. But let me read it. I kind of like it. I enjoyed writing it. It's called The Slow Fade, and I thought it was kind of fun. I don't know. Kind of sad a little bit. I'm not sure. If you hear some noise, there's people next door banging on the house. They're fixing it. And I've made a bunch of videos today. Tuesdays are my video making days, my recording days, filming days, I guess I'll say. And so I have big, huge windows, and they have seen me. I was outside making videos, inside making videos, and I know they've seen me because I saw them see me, and they have been enjoying it. They're like, what is she doing in there? But anyways, be kind of fun if I was peeking in. Okay, let's get started, guys. So this is called The Slow Fade. I didn't vanish all at once. It wasn't thunder. It wasn't collapse. It was quieter than that. It was missed phone calls I didn't return, half-finished thoughts, smiling with my mouth while my eyes looked tired in every photograph. It was staying awake too late or not sleeping at all, thinking about versions of myself I could no longer reach. It was becoming harder to impress, harder to hurt, harder to hold. People still called me beautiful during the slow fade. Isn't that strange? No one noticing disappearing when you've mastered performing. I laughed at dinner tables, made jokes at the right time, kept conversations alive while parts of me quietly went missing. And the frightening part is, I don't think anyone could tell. Not even me at first. But somewhere between survival and reinvention, I started becoming someone who could walk through heartbreak without flinching. Someone quieter, colder, more distant. A woman learning how to survive herself. And maybe that's the cruel thing. Maybe that's the cruel thing about a slow fade. You are still there the entire time, watching yourself disappear. Poem by Jackie Saint Delane. I love that saint. I'm telling you, when I write my poetry book, it's going to be Jackie Saint Delane. How come the last 3 episodes I say Saki? You know how they say Brangelina? Should we just do that? We should just do that. All right, here I am closing the book like it's over. All right. This might be kind of a short little episode. I don't know. This episode is called The Beginning of the Shift. But I think everything's the beginning of the shift. Every day is like the beginning of a shift. You know? Not the shift of work or anything, but I don't know. Look how cute. Mm-mm-mm. Isn't that adorbs? I like this side. Ooh, severe thunderstorm warning. It looks pretty bad outside. Okay. I don't think people realize that becoming lost usually happens quietly. Um, I feel like I was actually lost my whole life. I mean, I wasn't. You know, when we're young, we're young. We've got stars in our eyes. We're innocent. We're you know we we're innocent. We don't realize all the faults in the world. We don't realize, I mean, I talk about addiction a lot because I have been an addict my entire adult life. So I will revert a lot back to addiction, and I will talk a lot about sexual abuse, sexual trauma, because this has been my life. Okay. And so my experience isn't necessarily your experience, but there's been a lot of mental problems, a lot of mental illness, a lot of um, just my experience isn't your experience necessarily, but it is a lot of people's experience. So there's going to be a lot of people out there that resonate with my story, and that's why I'm here. So I do want to tell this. I do want to say this. I am here to tell my story, not to be like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Now, I do like attention, but I don't mean in that way. I'm here for the type of attention to help others. I want to, especially women, I want to empower women. I want to tell my story, and I want to tell my story so another woman can hear this story and say, wow, that's my story. And look what she's doing. Look how she got through it. Look how she is getting through it. And look, this is what she's doing to get through it. And oh my God, that happened to me. Wow, I can't believe that happened to her. And look how she handled it. Or, oh my gosh, this happened to her, and I don't know. Anyways, so I'm here to tell my story. It's not just to be like, oh, here's my story, look at me, woe is me. It's here's my story, and I'm here to help you, hopefully, through my story. Okay. Um, so through my life, I had a lot of depression. I didn't know that I had depression. I am not the type of person that's like super like, oh, I'm so depressed. I'm not like that. So I think my depression shows in a totally different way. My depression could show in a way of, which is weird because if I'm not depressed and I'm depressed, it kind of shows in the same way. So you just never know. Um, Depression for me can show in a lot of excitement, a lot of laughing, a lot of extra stuff going on, a lot of wanting people to like me, giving a lot possibly, but I also give when I'm not depressed. So you just never know. A lot of I think everyone knows somebody who probably is the one who's got to be the center of attention and's got to do all the performing and everything, and that might be the one you have to check on. Isn't there like a meme or something like that where check on your friend who is the one that's the most, I don't know if the word, not flamboyant, but the one who's the most wild? Check on that friend. Yeah, I guess you can say that about me. Check on me. Which, by the way, if you check on me, I'm probably not going to pick up the phone because I would be depressed. So that would be kind of me. Um, and in turn, through depression, I would isolate and I would start losing friends. And I don't want to say I would like lose friends. I these people were still there, but they would start to understand. They would start to fall off because I would not be talking to them because I was depressed. Um, and I'm more so talking in the recent, I don't know, like recent last decade, but also before that, I was on very heavy drugs. When I'm talking about heavy drugs, I'm talking about heavy drugs. I'm talking about like meth, heroin. I was doing very heavy drugs. Before that, I was doing pills, cocaine. Before that, I mean, I'm telling you, it goes back. I mean, I'm not even listing everything. You name it, I did it. Except for the things that are happening now. Thank God I got out like right before fentanyl was happening. I've never done that before. Thank God I got out right before then. Um, I know people that, um, oh my gosh. So I don't even want to get into that right now, but I'm like fighting for you guys. I know I have friends that are currently fighting with that, and I love you guys so much if you're watching this, and everybody else that are doing it, have done it. I'm just, I love you guys. So, anyways, not going to get into all that right now. I wrote these notes, and I'm not even really following them. Um, but a lot of people through depression like to act fine. I mean, who is going to go out there and be like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm depressed, I'm depressed? I think some people who know me closely probably are going to be like, yeah, you, Jackie. I am a very open person. I do tend to, um, what do they call it when you word vomit? I do tend to like tell people a lot about myself. I'm kind of an open book. I have pulled back from that a lot because um, sometimes that makes people uncomfortable. People don't need to know all your business, and I've learned that, you know. I have learned that I've done that through being uncomfortable around people. I have told people too many things because I would be anxious around them. My anxiety is, I've always had anxiety since I was a very little girl. I've said that in a previous episode. Um, but, anyways, so I've been in survival mode for a really long time. But with depression, I didn't quite know I was depressed. But that's where the drugs came in. Um, I was depressed not on drugs, and then I was depressed on drugs. So, go figure, you know. So, I want to get rid of saying Doesn't that when I play back the videos, I don't actually watch the videos that I post, but when I play back some of it and I say like super annoying. So, isolation. I was lying to myself about feelings. About depression. I had no idea I was depressed. I had no clue. Uh, and I was very restless. I've been restless for years. I mean, I'm just exhausted. That's why I'm doing this right now. I'm doing this show. I'm doing this channel. I'm doing Becoming Jackie because I've been exhausted. I'm exhausted. And now I am awake and I am like finally like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing my whole life? And I'm ready to live. And I am ready to share this with the world. I am ready to help not only myself get through the trauma that has happened, but I want to help everyone else get through their trauma. Like maybe you can get a little bits and pieces from this. Um, I wonder when, like, where should I start with my story? Where should I start? Where do you want me to start? I haven't started because I don't know where to start. Do you want me to start from point A in the womb, or do you want me to bounce around? What do you want me to do? You know? Do you want me to start when I was 19 years old? Do you want me to start at 13 when I had a very traumatic experience? When the drugs started? I don't know why I take these stupid notes. I just want to, I want to tell the story, and I want to, uh, I said this a million times. I mean, we know why I'm here, but I really, drugs were a huge part of everything. And so that's, let me just say this. Okay, I'm trying to find my words here. I recently got out of treatment, recently got sober. I was an alcoholic after being clean for 5 years. I was an alcoholic, became an alcoholic, and it took a hold of me. And for some reason, out of all the drugs that I've done my whole life, like I'm talking about like shooting up and smoking meth and snorting cocaine and pills, 15 pills a day for years, just all these things. Why did it feel like the alcohol was the scariest? What? Like, what? What is that? Like, I was living on the streets, literally living on the streets in New Orleans and Florida. I mean, that's scary. And, someone said something like this: I have had absolutely nothing, not a dime to my name, living homeless, where all my belongings, even the suitcase I had, got stolen. Okay, I had nothing except for an abusive boyfriend that punched me in the head one day. He got arrested and I got away from him. But I had absolutely nothing. Nothing. And I still didn't want to go get help. But then when it was time, when I needed to go get help from alcoholism, I had everything: money, cars, home, family, you name it, I had it. Friends, everything. But something in me I didn't have, and that was hope. I didn't have hope. Yeah. I felt like I said that backwards. Did I have hope? I lost hope. Yeah. I lost hope. Yeah. So it was really scary, but that's not it. I was on kratom too. Yeah, it was alcohol and kratom. Yeah. I was introduced to kratom from a friend. Man, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Nope. So, anyways, that's a little part of my story. A little tidbit. Man, do I have some interesting things about being on the street in New Orleans. Oh God. Florida too. I got to tell you about the guy who punched me in the forehead. He used to abuse me real bad. Um, Met him in prison. Mm-hmm. Thought he was a gem. Mm-hmm. Thought he was a real good one. Wow. He introduced me to crack. So, I, one thing I do want to say is I didn't come from any, and please no one take any offense to this at all whatsoever with the word that I'm about to say. And I hope that even me saying that isn't offensive to anyone. But I didn't come from any, okay, I don't want to say that. I don't want to be offensive, so I don't say that either. I came from a upper middle class family. Um, I don't know anyone with addictions in my family on my mother's side. I do on my father's side. I do have a lot of some very very interesting stories. Let's just say very interesting stories that I have just found out, and very very cool. I don't, why should I say cool, but it is, you know, when you find out about your ancestors and different, like, you know, murders and, you know, running from the law and outlaws and stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of cool, you know. Come to think about it, I'm an outlaw. Woo! You know, that's going to be really cool for the future kids. Yeah. Aunt Jackie. Anyways, Aunt Jackie was a hottie. Look at this. Well, I think that's enough for now. It's been 21 minutes and 58 seconds, baby. All right. I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening to that. Until next time, we'll have some more fun. Stay sober. Love you. Bye.